It might work different in France, where it's way more established. Yeah. Those are the slightly different. It's not killing the whole thing, you know, because everybody can discuss about terms and explanations stuff like this.
Stamp.
But I did. This is really because we had people, and I remember the terms, and I always tell people, go to a graffiti artist and tell him he's a street artist.
Yeah.
You know what happens?
Yeah. And especially with this guy.
This is what they've done before.
But for me, graffiti, it's all about tags, throw-ups, masterpieces, and wild style stuff.
I tell you
when
something
it comes
else.
to street
First,
art,
it's about lettering.
it's all about, as you said,
lettering.
language.
Yeah. I tell you something else.
stencil.
Graffiti is activism. But a lot of activists are artists because they are way more gifted and making something out of that activism.
Yeah.
Everybody, my son just got beat up a couple of weeks ago because he did tagging.
Okay.
But he's a horrible tagger, and he's not a graffiti artist. He's just tagging, right? And there's a
That's
lot
the
of guys,
starting point.
a lot of guys running around and just tagging their name, just tagging my name like graffiti on the wall. Yeah. So, but they cannot do anything else. But there is a lot of young people grew up out of that movement with an artistic mind, and they took it to a next level. You have these guys with you.
And it's
right?
like, with this guy, GOMAD, he started really with lettering.
Yes.
And he's now painting with oil painting. So what he's doing is not graffiti anymore.
Exactly.
And it's not urban art anymore.
Yep.
It's just contemporary art. But it comes from the graffiti
Absolutely.
world.
And
that's why I'm
the way, yeah.
so proud to showcase the art,
Yeah.
because there is this background.
You
He's
have
filming
so
at the
many
same
styles.
time.
You have post graffiti, you have neo graffiti, you have
Look at what was really big a couple of years ago in the US, like this called like graffuturism, right?
Yeah.
The guy,
Graffuturism,
and they try to put everything inside, and it's at the end it's about selling and how to give it a name.
But I do think that there are two different things. The one from the guy coming from this movement that will be able, to separate things and to identify exactly what they are doing. And then there is the massive people that just need a name. And if we put street art on it, that's not true.
Absolutely.
And that's why in France we call it now urban art.
I know. Yeah.
Because it's an aim, to put the different practices into
under one roof.
One movement.
I was one of the first to try to coin that term when I started with my galleries in like early 2000s. There was a day when I realized it is good if it's a movement and if there is so much energy like it was at that time. But later on I realized we need to establish it on a higher level. Because if we mix it with activism, it will be hard for people to separate, and all the others, they want to grow up. And
that's why now people are not showcasing their art anymore with their pseudonym and then their real name, because they also want to hit the big cake of the contemporary art market. And they don't want to be seen as graffiti artists only.
And I can tell you so many funny stories. We had one stroke, and I don't know, Blow DMV, you know these guys? Yeah, they were pretty big in the early 2000s, and they were at Stroke and were exhibiting with their paintings. They were actually also really good at like figuratives, still a bit dirty.
It's Blow?
Blow DMV was the crew.
Because I know the crew DMV, Bon K, and also
and Blow was a part of it. And he used to live in Berlin, and he came by. And then, as the event organizer, I went down to the bathrooms because I pay for the insurance and how everything looks like. And then take a look at it and see like blow. And I came to him and said like, I like your work. I now have to make the decision. Do I want to pay for the cleaning, or will you clean it up? Or should I? How can I do it? And I always told the artists that if you go outside and do stuff and use your whatever name, but if you decide to move on in the business,
you can't do it again
because it's stupid, because you try to make something out of illegal. But sure. But this, it's
there are so many topics actually.
Absolutely.
We could spend so much time to try to figure out.
Talk about
no, and for
3
me,
days in a row.
one of the big influences for me was Mo too. I was never interested in graffiti. Honestly, because I didn't understand. I grew up in East Germany, so so there was no graffiti. But when the first time I saw Mo too, and then I tried to connect the dots. That was like one of the first moments I saw like, okay, there is more into it. There is creativity in it, not just in making beautiful letters. That's also creative, but taking the next level.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of artists, like Polish artists, for example. You could give them everything. You can give them a brush, a piece of charcoal, a pencil, a spray can, and they were able to work with it. Because they were artists. They did illegal stuff, they paint murals, but first of all, they were artists. That's the point, that's the important aspect that you have. But this is something you notice, and you have to explain to the people.
And Motu had a huge influence on many artists.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
For sure.
Topic.
So that's...
Okay, so let's see
let's
tomorrow
cross the
what's
fingers
happening.
for
And
tomorrow.
are we in charge of the social networks? Who is managing this?
We do Instagram by ourselves.
It
Okay.
could go 3
And
days.
potentially, could we maybe have a focus on what we
I
are
like
doing
this
tomorrow?
kind of
Just
discussions or conversations about art or urban art
We
or
can do it. I
graffiti or
don't
whatever.
think that it really has an impact like this.
because we did also many publications about Stroke.
Yeah. But
And so
there were
people
nobody
know-
coming to. That's the point, We would be, if we would have started earlier, we would have probably have 200,000 followers. But we realized that if we are only in Munich, I don't need followers from France or Belgium or England or UK because they will not come. That's why we're still at like 21,000.
Yeah. But I guess you do have a lot of German followers.
I don't know.
No, it's Munich. Like
German
90,
followers.
90,
I need
90%
permission
of
from
our
everyone
followers
who's
is
standing
from
here.
Munich. Because we just made our advertising here, because nobody, you don't have it that people from London watch out and ask what you have here. So.
But I'm looking for München buyers.
Yeah.
And I do not have any reach, you know, in Germany, much more in France and Benelux.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it could be a help for us.
But if I start like putting 5 images of you out tomorrow, then I have 110 people knocking my door. Why don't we do this? Because we get tips every day what we could do better, each and every day. I know what you mean, but it's not helping. It's like we have to see what happens tomorrow. Right.
Okay.
I know it's a shitty
Really.
position. It's putain et ta mère
Et va te faire enculer.
Ja, genau.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
Let's see tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's grab a
Thanks so much.
pizza.
Have a good night.
Yeah.